it's a really interesting question, and especially for someone like me coming from a developed country where we certainly have poverty, but not of the kind of deep social problems that you have here in Latin America. And I think the first thing that has to happen is that and I know it already does happen, is that this discussion within the community of why are we doing science in a country which has so much poverty and people without homes and people without food and bad water and all those things. Why should we be devoting any resources to just pure science research? There's a good argument to be made about how it creates curiosity and opportunities, and it's part of our cultural heritage. But obviously the community has to be able to understand what that justification is, and also to be able to say what part of the scientific enterprise is going more towards applied projects, towards clean water or new energy or better foods or things like that. And that discussion has to happen very openly, and maybe it does. I don't know enough about how the discussion happens here in Mexico or in other Latin American countries. But it has to be a very open conversation, and that conversation has to include the public. So it has, in the conversations with the public, you say, we're committing resources to science. Here's the way we think about how we balance them. You tell us in your community or in your village or in your city what you see as the balance and what you see as the problems, and how your goals for your children and how you want to create creativity for them, but also you want to feed them and you want them to have a good house and good schools. How do we balance those things? And I think part of what's important is for us to realize that the community has good ideas and they understand these complexities. And to exclude them or to say, well, let's have the discussion internally and then push it out to them misses the point. I think it's much better for us to try to keep them in as part of the conversation, because then it will change what the outcome is, and it will also then be an outcome that everybody feels is the appropriate outcome.